Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you don't like that, well, hang in there, because there is a podcast for you. It's by Tammy Tuckey, and she talks about Nancy Drew on her podcast, Unlocked, where she talks to people about things.
And stuff.
Yeah!
Yeah! Fucking nailed it.
Super nailed it. I did it all in one breath. That means I nailed it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah, obviously. Ask any 8-year-old in a play.
Right? Fucking nailed it.
So, what are we talking about today, sister?
Today, we're going back into one of our favorite topics, the worst. Worst. What, you ask? The worst. Anything, really. But today we're talking about the worst people.
Yeah, so it's very vague right there. Love it.
What kind of people?
And stuff. So we're talking about... Well, let's first start. Ariana made a video many years ago at this point on our YouTube. You can still go find it, which is the worst Nancy Drew bosses.
Yeah.
Not like video game bosses, but the people who hire her, right? And it's one of our most watched videos, and we get a lot of comments on there.
It's my favorite. Saying,
stuff like, why didn't you list Paula Santos as number 1? Okay, so what we're gonna do...
Look, you guys, she didn't make the cut. The other people irritated me more.
It's true. So, we're not going to just take bosses into account, because we like to have something from every game, because it's fun that way. So, what we have done is we're taking the person who brings Nancy into the case, and we are rating them as who is best and worst. Some of these are a little bit of a reach as to the person who brought Nancy into it, because we don't know. Sometimes it's just that something falls into Nancy's lap. So is that Nancy bringing herself into the case?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
So,
I mean, she makes a choice.
Let's start it out here. Remember, this is worst for the people listening. Yeah.
No, I need that reminder as well.
So our first matchup, our little qualifier round, because if you remember, the Nancy Drew games there's an odd number of them. Also, we're omitting the original Secrets Can Kill and instead using Secrets Can Kill Remastered, because there's a very clear person who brings her into that case.
Yeah.
So first one is Stay Tuned for Danger, so Maddie Jensen, versus Curse of Blackmore Manor, which is Linda's mom, whose name we know, but I don't remember.
I want to say Pamela. She feels like a Pamela, doesn't she? A Pam?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember her name. Yeah.
Regardless, I think she's worse. Because,
I don't know. I think Maddie Jensen is completely unlikable. I dislike that woman so much. I think she's just terrible, because she brings you in, and then she goes on to just tell you the entire time that you're just,
you're wrong.
You're just making stuff, I was wrong, everything's fine. And it's like, what? You dragged me to New York City.
New York City?
Yeah. Mrs. Petrov we don't have a first name,
Mrs.
so she could be Pam.
Pamela Petrov.
Yeah, so, I honestly think that Maddie is worse than Mrs. Petrov.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like she's just a bad mom, so maybe that's what I'm holding. I can't help it. I think it. But yeah, no, we can go with Maddie. Maddie's got more irritating qualities to her.
Yeah.
Pamela P. Petrov.
Pamela P. Petrov. So that's our qualifier. Stay Tuned for Danger's made it in. So Sea of Darkness, Dagny versus Maddie Jensen.
Well,
Which
Maddie
one's worse?
Jensen.
Maddie's definitely
because
worse.
I adore Dagny. She's a little money and fame hungry, but otherwise,
I'm having some trouble because I put on the brace It's fine. I can read it.
At first, I thought you were saying that the pen wasn't working. I was like, Risa, you're going to cost us our job with Papermates. I mean, our you know what I mean.
Our total sponsor us, Papermate.
Our total sponsorship.
You guys just send us pens and we will promote you. That's all we're asking for. Lori Loughlin? You think Maddie Jensen reminds you of Lori Loughlin?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I think that's exactly who she was supposed to be. Okay, so Alibi and Ashes. Who brings us into the case? Nancy?
I think
The
fire.
cops? I mean, they arrest her. She gets brought into the case by being arrested.
Is it, what's her name? The bad guy?
Brenda? I think Brenda technically did bring her into the case.
Yeah, in all technicality, she's the one who staged it so that Nancy would look like she was committing a crime. Therefore, she brought her in. Sometimes criminals bring you in.
Yeah. Versus, so Danger on Deception Island, another one that's a little murky. I honestly think Hilda counts because she's the one who gets Nancy involved in the actual mystery. Right?
I beg to differ though, because Katie is why she's there. She's there, because Katie's friends with George. But then she is supposed to stick
together.
Katie's like, oh god, the boat's ruined, go home. And then like Nancy's like, well, no, I'll stay to help you. So I think by virtue, and she's like, yeah, you'll help me, oh great, now do this and this and this. Like,
she is kind of,
I think she counts.
I think so too. So Katie versus Brenda. I don't think Brenda like really counts here. So I think Katie's gonna have to win for me. Just because Brenda's terrible, but it's not like she's actually a boss or something. So let's go for Katie.
She doesn't bring us in to solve anything. She just tries to bring us in.
Yeah, she sure does.
You know?
Okay. Captive Curse, so Marcus, that's his name. Marcus versus Maya from Final Scene, because Maya is the one who brought us there.
She is. She's the one who brought us there.
But I think the worst person here is obviously Marcus, who's just terrible.
I think
he's
obviously
awful.
Because he's just a rude businessman who, just doesn't care about people, and it's his own damn fault that a crazy woman tried to sabotage his castle.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's something we should be saying in the 21st century.
Yeah. Okay, so Dr. Kim? Question mark? Yeah, creature of Kapu Cave. She's the reason Nancy's there, at least.
Yeah.
Versus Deirdre. So Deirdre is fantastic. I love Midnight in Salem specifically.
Right.
Deirdre is fantastic. I love her. So Dr. Quickly Kim is worse. So
yeah. Well, also I don't mind Deirdre's voice. I don't mind Deirdre's personality.
Yeah, Deirdre
in comparison.
Like, there's actually
something there, not just a voice.
Yeah, because the thing with Dr. Kim is that she just talks at Nancy. She never talks with Nancy. She talks at her. And I fucking hate people like that. Whereas with Deirdre, there's some banter back and forth. So,
she proves she listens by, retorting quickly. So anyway,
exactly.
That's just our way of saying we love Deirdre, but
Dr. Kim is definitely worse.
Dr. Quickly Kim.
Not even, you didn't even go quite nasal enough.
I know, because she does it weirdly like this, and it's actually coming out of her nose. And it's like, why would you do that?
It's like she's just holding her nose like this. Which is really funny. Tons of people, a little bit off topic, but I know a lot of people who, if they're running a Star Wars campaign and they want to be a battle droid, they'll just plug up their nose, roger, right? And I think that is fucking hilarious that I have seen several people do that. I'm like, okay then, that's just how you get the battle droid voice.
That's how you get the battle droid voice. See, I've always done roger, but that's,
I agree.
Me.
So John Boyle, Tomb of the Lost Queen, versus Sunny June, Shattered Medallion. Question here is, who's the worst boss, who's the worst character, because I fucking love Sunny June.
I love Sunny June, don't get me wrong,
but a character.
John Boyle does nothing but try to get things safe for Nancy. He had no idea he would be knocked out. He had no idea he would be leaving her to the fucking wolves. He is a good man in a bad situation.
And he also saves us in the end, so
it's
definitely Sunny.
He's like a boss.
Nothing against Sunny, really.
I mean, honestly, I would hate him as a boss. But let's be real. He is Boyle, fucking fantastic. Chaos. John Boyle.
He is the kind of boss we want.
Let's hear it for John Boyle, guys.
Okay, so Sunny is bad.
Sunny
so Ransom
bad.
of the Seven Ships, we don't really have
Dwayne.
Dwayne just brings us in. But he's the circle is Dwayne. Versus financial backers in Danger by Design. Neither one is good here. I think the worst one is Dwayne, but I also don't think that it's canon, so I'm going to go with financial backers. Prudence is not the person who calls us into Danger by Design. We just happen to design for her. Yeah. She's the one who brings us in for Phantom of Venice.
Yes.
But not Danger by Design. So I'm going to say shady financial backers.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Next, we have the Raleighs versus Paula Santos. I'm going to say Paula Santos is
Paula,
worse.
Absolutely, because shout out to Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed. I love you guys.
They spend the entire time trying to tell us to go have fun and, just get out of there.
You enjoy yourself there, dear.
You're on vacation. You don't have to do anything, except that she does then have to do a bunch of chores, but that's Shorty's fault, not hers.
It is, yeah.
So the Raleighs are fantastic.
The Raleighs, yeah.
Definitely Paula Santos.
Definitely. Bitch keeps calling me! Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so another easy one. Savannah, for Ghost of Thornton Hall, versus Victor from Deadly Device. Victor.
I'm going Victor, since Savannah doesn't try to kill us. Intentionally.
She does send us somewhere where there's carbon monoxide poisoning.
She do. Well.
Not on purpose. We have PG Krolmeister. No, wait. I jumped down. I'm at Treasure on Royal Tower, not Trail Twister. So, woof. Bess and George, Treasure on Royal Tower, versus Ned in Crystal Skull.
Whoa! How did we get the matchup of the Clue Crew?
I think Ned just being like, hey, go check on my friend from college, and then he's not actually a friend from they just know each other. They're not friends.
It's go check on this guy I happen to know. He seems real down about his uncle. And it's you show up and he's like, yeah, Ned's a good guy, I guess. What the fuck?
So yeah. Definitely Ned is the
absolutely. There. Also, Bess and George just aren't there. Yeah. I feel so distraught by how many of their storylines are. We're stuck at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So Prudence Rutherford in Phantom of Venice versus Franklin Rose in Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Okay, these are both very similar, the reasons that I don't like them. Because Phantom of Venice, it's you're a 19-year-old who once found something, a jade carving of mine. Why don't you go work with the Italian police to find an art thief? What? And then, on the other hand, we have Franklin Rose hiring on his friend's daughter as the intern, and then tells her that she has to be the curator.
Yeah, that's irresponsible as shit.
The curator gets arrested. So which one is worse?
Both of these rich white people are very cavalier with the life of this child.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm going to have to go with Franklin.
I think so, too.
Because he's the hardest to get a hold of. I hate him.
And you can fucking soft lock the game. You can soft lock the game from calling him before you do something else. And
fuck that. No. Fuck it.
Okay. Thank goodness this Papermate pen works so well that I can use it with my brace. Papermate. Sponsor us. Okay. I'm totally
Papermate, we're where you write.
I'm going to tag them when I upload this episode on Twitter at Papermate. Hire us.
Hit us up. We want pens.
Okay, now PG Krolmeister versus Sally McDonald? Perhaps is her last name?
I think that's her last
Ghost
name.
Dog, someone like
McPherson?
I think it's McDonald. I think
McDonald
it's Sally
sounds
McDonald.
Right.
Maybe.
Sally McDonald had a cabin. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, so Sally versus PG Krolmeister. PG is like, I don't like him as a person. He's obnoxious. Yeah. But Sally also just asks us to go there and then abandons the cabin.
She leaves before we can even, like, what the fuck, you lunatic? You wait for the person that you're waiting on, and then you go, let's get the fuck out of here.
And instead, she abandons us in what she thinks is a haunted cabin. So,
bitch, you on your own?
So, I'm going to say that Sally is worse than PG Krolmeister.
I am as well, yeah.
Okay.
PG Krolmeister's just,
Yeah.
There.
The headmistress from Warnings at Waverly Academy versus Lori Gerard. Blast Red Blue Moon Canyon.
Now,
I think Lori Gerard.
I want to say Lori purely because she does irritate me, but I would like to call out. She tries
to kill us.
I would like to call out the headmistress that decided it was a good idea to leave a strange young woman in with her underage girls. And she thought that the best way to figure this out was to have someone... She pulled a 21 Jump Street. Was she just, watching TV Land one night? And it's like, you know what? That's a good idea. I'll use that to take care of my blackmail problem at school. No.
I mean,
that's not how you do things. Be an adult and fucking, teach the children. They're in your care. If they're at boarding school, you are their parent.
But Lori Gerard does try to kill us.
Yes, Lori is absolutely the worst one, but I do need to point out.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Takes me some time.
It's
Chantal
okay.
Moike,
yeah.
Versus Nancy for Shadow at the Water's Edge. Okay, so yes, PG Krolmeister, gets her to Japan, as a treat. You can go teach English as a treat. But
treat.
The actual case going on is just Nancy has butt into this. So I think Nancy counts as the person who got her into that case.
Yeah, she did just sort of go, hey, I want to talk about your dead mother/daughter.
Literally, that's just what she does. No one has asked her to solve this mystery, and in fact, they have asked her to stop trying to solve this mystery.
Respectfully, we ask that you stop.
And yet, Nancy solves the mystery.
Ruining countless lives.
Especially at Entheros. Fucking deserves it.
But yeah, exactly.
But I still think that Chantal is worse than Nancy herself.
Yes.
Because Chantal is fucking awful. She hires us to be a detective, and instead then also makes us clean and cook for the guests. But hey, if she misses either of those things, she's fired, despite the fact that she's doing this out of the goodness of her heart,
it's
while
bitch.
She is solving your crime.
I am saving you money. And so you're gonna fucking do this?
The fucking salmon, you can eat it. So I'm gonna say Chantal is worse.
I'm absolutely gonna say Chantal is worse. 'Cause, yeah. But also, see my video and you'll see more of why I hate Chantal.
It's true. So Detective Beach versus Rose Green. Is that really her name? Is her name really Rose Green?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, Detective Beach.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Rose, while she's weird and dismissive and doesn't seem to know why she hired us, because she doesn't want to actually
Solve
have our
anything.
help. But
she spends the entire game telling us just like get out of her way.
I have bills to do.
It's like, bitch. However, Detective Beach is creepy. He killed a child, and he also
Nancy
tries
at
to kill
gunpoint.
us. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm
gonna go with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have Melina from Labyrinth of Lies versus Emily Crandall from Secret of the Old Clock. This is like a good matchup here.
Yeah.
Because they're both bad in different ways.
Yeah.
Because, like, Emily she's useless. She asks us to come do things, and then immediately it just waffles, and then she gets in your way. If you're like, I need to solve the case. I need to look at your mom's things, and she's like, how dare you try to look at my like. In
all fairness, in her defense, she is being gaslit, and that can make a person extremely paranoid.
Whereas on the other side, Melina is not being. She's not being made. She's not being gaslit. That's what I was trying to say. But she does, like...
She gets threatened. Obviously, when she starts looking into what we've mentioned, she gets threatened, and so that's why she tells Nancy to stop. So, I don't see her as being at fault in any way.
I think, to me, she brought a basically a child in to...
That's going to be our argument for everything.
Nancy
is a child.
An incredibly, like, dangerous situation where we have someone part of the fucking Greek mafia. Like, just, like, there.
Yeah,
he has killed people.
She didn't know that.
It is canon that Thanos has killed people. And did she not, like, check? Like, it's incredibly irresponsible.
I mean, I guess they're just like a performance that's happening. And although, I mean, there's a lot of money obviously going into that, so I don't think that they'd comprehend what building a set like that would fucking cost. It's a rotating set somehow underground. Like, what? Is it a fucking Ferris wheel?
Yeah, it sure is. I just want to know what it looks like when it's changing scenes.
I would love to see that. If they'd animated that, I would have no problem with the set. I would have no problem with it if I got to see it in action.
So, I don't know which one's worse. I think Melina.
I'm going Emily, honestly.
Oh, Emily? Okay, sure.
I say Emily. But that's because I don't like her.
She's just
like, I know she's a child, and I should be more like, she's a child. She just lost her mother. But, geez Louise, kid.
Just, like, say something. Like, exist.
Stop being a weird, despondent little mess.
But, I mean, like, we get it. Your mother died and you're being abused, but do it in a way that doesn't annoy us. That sounds so bad.
Victim blaming. Yeah. No, she's just got a weird personality, and I don't appreciate her.
Okay, Kyler Malloy versus Cathedral, the entire...
Ooh! Well,
is it actually Cathedral getting us in? That's my issue. Or is it specifically Ewan who contacts her, pretending he's Cathedral? I almost
want to say, exactly, but then we do,
However, Kyler Mallory. No, Malloy.
Yeah. No, Kyler Mallory. Because Malloy was the name, but they changed it to Mallory when they moved to England.
Yeah. So, Kyler is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that woman. Honestly. Like, I really, truly hate her. I think she is an awful person.
Yeah.
In a very bad relationship.
Yeah, super unhealthy. Like,
I really dislike her.
It's fine, we'll get married and I'll change him.
Exactly. Like,
no!
fuck. Girl,
What the hell?
No. So I'm saying Kyler. Because I hate her.
Wow, you think Kyler's worse than a terrorist organization?
I do.
Because at least they've got clear, concise rules, you know?
They
have a mission statement.
I just really, really hate Kyler.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Okay, round 2.
Round 2.
Maddie Jensen versus Katie Firestone. Who's worse? They're both terrible in different ways.
Yeah, I would say Maddie, because at least Katie is passionate about, like, the ocean life and shit.
Yeah.
And she's, got an abrasive personality, but, like, I see where it comes from.
Yeah, I mean...
Maddie's just...
Oh, God.
A vapid, weird fucking... I don't know, man.
We don't even know.
We don't even know.
Okay. Marcus from Captive Curse, I don't know why I'm reiterating that, versus Dr. Kim. I hate them both. I'm
gonna go Dr. Kim just because she personally comes after me. I don't appreciate. She comes after me personally. Mm-hmm. No, but like she's
yeah.
No.
Okay then. Sunny June versus financial backers.
You know what? Honestly, financial backers don't get in our way ever.
They do. I mean,
we don't
never
hear from
talk to them.
Exactly.
I'm still not quite sure how we.
You got me.
But Sunny, he could help you. He could be helpful in this situation, and he's not. He's incredibly unhelpful.
He's the most obtuse person in the entire fucking world.
We fucking love
him.
And
we deal with Lena, who is like, no, I didn't remove it. I moved it. It's like, no, bitch, you removed it.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go with Sunny.
I'm gonna go with Sunny as well.
He's a wonderful character, but a terrible boss. Okay.
It's just...
Oh my god. Okay. Paula Santos versus Victor Lawsett.
Ooh, one tries to kill you, one won't let you do your fucking job.
I honestly
Although they both won't let you do your fucking job, really.
I think Paula is worse.
Why? Because she's a woman?
She's just, like, I understand Victor tries to kill us. Like, I'm saying, I understand that. He's also scary. He yells at me. I don't like it. I
mean, they both condescend. Like,
it's just like Paula is just constantly there, and she's so condescending, and she fires you if you get hurt on her property. Like, you get hurt on her property, and she fires you. Like, what the fuck? You're getting a free detective. This is like you. Like, I don't understand. I hate her so much.
I can understand Victor more than I can understand Paula.
Like,
at least Victor's like, I thought I was hiring a dimwit, and she would make it look like I was investigating, and then I could just keep going on my murderous way, my murderous capitalist agenda. But Paula is like, I want you to solve this crime. No, but I don't want you to investigate it. But wait, you know what? I need you to keep calling me. Hey, I have to keep calling you. Well, I mean, have you talked to Tink yet? And it's like...
She just calls you, and then she...
Lay off the cocaine.
The thing that just drives me crazy is that she's like bugging the shit out of us, constantly calling us. And then when we ask her about her employees, she's like, I don't micromanage. And I'm like, bitch.
You know, I think you do. I have first-hand experience now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paula.
Paula. Okay. Ned versus Franklin Rose. Ned, I think I'm really annoyed at that situation with Ned because he sends us to go talk to a guy that he tells us that he's his friend. And then you get there and you find out that they don't even really know each other.
Like,
I'm just
that's sus. Like,
why
what
didn't he just go do it on his own? Why are you sending your girlfriend to go do this? I mean, I know that it's that she's already there, and he's like, well, while you're there, can you check on him? But it's just still fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say him, not Frank.
I'm going Ned as well, yeah. What other lies is Ned telling us?
So Laurie Gerard versus Sally McDonald.
Laurie Gerard. Yeah. I mean, I'm no fan of Sally, but at least she goes, Nancy, somebody set fire to a thing you were in. They're trying to kill you. Leave.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm gonna kill you here.
Okay, so, Detective Beach versus Chantal Moique.
Huh.
They're both fucking awful.
Yeah, but, I'm going towards Chantal. It's infuriating.
And you have to keep calling her to progress the story, whereas you can go almost the entire game without talking to Detective Beach once.
Yeah.
Because in the speed run, I talked to him once.
That's good. Yeah.
So yeah, Chantal. Emily Crandall versus Kyler Mallory.
I don't know.
Kyler. I think Kyler's just she's just a terrible person. Emily is at least, she's young and she's grief-stricken. Kyler is just
Kyler's
awful.
supposed to be young, too.
I mean, is she, though?
She's supposed to be Nancy's age, but she looks like she's, in her 30s. And it's very... As does her fiancé, so it's like, what is happening?
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Kyler.
Yeah, okay. That works for me.
Okay. Round 3. Maddie Jensen versus Quigley Kim.
I'm gonna have to go Quigley.
Yeah.
She's so condescending, and she acts like Nancy's not doing any work, and Nancy's doing all of the work while you sit up in the tree watching your bugs, bitch. Nancy's going through poop.
Yeah. Sunny June versus Paula Santos. I'm gonna have to go with Paula.
Yeah.
Because at least I like Sunny as, a person.
Yeah, exactly.
But not Paula. Sorry.
And he kind of, apologizes for bringing Nancy into it. And it's
yeah.
You know what? You're, the only one who has.
Ned versus Laurie Gerard. Laurie Gerard.
I guess, yeah. Because it's not like Ned was sending us into a dangerous situation. Just a socially uncomfortable one.
Incredibly. But, yeah. Laurie. Okay. Chantal versus Kyler. Now, this one is fucking rough for me, because I hate them both with a passion. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Chantal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because...
if for no other reason...
Kyler, is our friend, I guess.
Yeah. Supposedly.
And she doesn't, force us to do things and then fire us if we don't... She never fires us. Only, the bad things, we just die in our game.
Yeah, we just, explode or whatever.
Yeah. So... Definitely Chantal.
Definitely Chantal. I hate her.
Dr. Kim versus Paula Santos. I'm gonna go with Paula. Because we can't get away from her.
Guess.
Dr. Kim, you can just
have to point out that Dr. Kim, she's like, oh my god, we're gonna be famous, Nancy! And it's Nancy's doing all the work, and
yeah, but...
I just feel like she was about to cut her out of it.
Nancy needs second author.
I just,
Yeah. I'm just gonna say Paula, though.
I think Paula's the right call. I just have to point out.
Oh, I agree.
Dr. Quigley Kim's a bitch.
So, Lori Gerard versus Chantal. Chantal.
Yeah, because, fucking, what's his name? Tino Balducci
Is both.
He's
done both of these fucking games.
They both love him. And, but like, at least Lori brought him in because she was like, oh, he's good looking and he just solved a big case and that's perfect. And if he saves me, I can be swept off my feet. That's cool. But Chantal is like, yeah, but it's all in the past. I know what he's done. It's fine. It's fine. He tried to, what? Are you joking?
Yeah.
He lied to everyone. How are you going to trust him?
Yeah. Okay. So definitely Chantal.
Yeah.
Now the age-old question: is it Paula Santos or Chantal?
Now, I believe Chantal was number 1 on my worst bosses list,
yes.
Or most irritating bosses. So let's give everybody a great happiness. Everybody who commented on it. Let's go, Paula.
Yeah, I honestly think Paula.
She's awful.
Yeah, she's just fucking terrible.
Yeah. So
yeah, the worst boss / person to get Nancy into a case is
Paula Santos.
Paula. Okay then.
Haunted Carousel.
Yep. So yeah, that's who we think is the worst boss. If you guys, I will be including the blank bracket below. However, I just have the name of the games on them. You can decide for yourself who took that person in on that case. We're not making you do exactly.
In fact, you know what? Tell us who you think brought Nancy in on some of these cases. Like, maybe you disagree.
Yeah, maybe. So you can find us and tell us these things on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and our fancy website, KrolmeisterSisters.knife. Oh no.
Oh no.
And our fancy website, KrolmeisterSisters.knifefightclub.com.
You can also find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. And in those places, you can sing our praises.
You can subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote, our Scopa emote, and our Peace Out emote at Tier 2. You also get Podcast Night VODs. Or, if you want to support us, you can support us over on patreon.com/KrolmeisterSisters to get access to Podcast Night VODs, stream cat pictures, and you can tell us what to talk about.
Yeah. Pay us enough money. We'll talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as a reminder, I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.